During the PlayStation 2 and Xbox era, we had great Western games such as Gun and Red Dead Revolver, but not much else. Gun was a more realistic Western, whereas Red Dead Revolver was a more arcade style. But then in May of 2010, we got Red Dead Redemption for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, a true classic that will be regarded as one of the best Western video games ever made. Developed by Rockstar San Diego and published by Rockstar Games, Red Dead Redemption is the semi-sequel to 2004's Red Dead Revolver. I say kind of because the only things that really connect them is the West and the title Red Dead. It took around 5 years to make it with over 800 people working on it. The game sold over 15 million copies by 2017 and won Game of the Year from several gaming publications. It received critical acclaim for its visuals, dynamically generated music, voice acting, gameplay, and story. Redemption is set during the decline of the American frontier in the year 1911. You play as John Marston, a former outlaw whose wife and son are taken hostage by the government in ransom for his services as a hired gun. Derailing a little bit from the game here, John Marston is played by Rob Wiedoff. He's not a huge movie star or anything, but the reason I mention this is because there is a really amazing video about him and you really need to watch it. It's a terrific piece. I'll leave the link in the description.
So I'm Rob Wiedoff. I did the voice and motion capture for John Marston in Red Dead Redemption.
Also, he's got a badass voice.
You're good as dead already!
The game is played much of the same fashion as the Grand Theft Auto series. You play in third person in a huge open world. You can steal horses instead of cars, do amazing story missions, and a ton of side quests to keep you busy for hours.
Do I know you? I hope so.
Also, lots of minigames such as poker and blackjack, which are pretty fun.
Are we gonna be men about this?
Better than bowling.
Nico, it's Roman. Let's go bowling.
The combat is a bit different versus the GTA series. In this game, you can take cover and strategize when you want to attack. The combat is a lot more exciting and bloody. There is also a mechanic called Deadeye that allows you to mark multiple targets in slow motion, then unleash a fury of bullets. Very similar to how it was in Red Dead Revolver. A really great feature is the morality system, in which all NPCs will react to you based on how you play good or bad in the game.
It's getting out of hand. You better step in. Damn it!
As most games of this time period, it also offered online multiplayer for up to 16 players.
Concentrate. Draw your gun.
Just as Grand Theft Auto 4, the PS3 version is using a blur technique to hide the aliasing present in the game. It's not nearly as blurry as it was in GTA 4. Rockstar has improved upon their Rage engine to work better on the PlayStation 3. However, it still is only running at a resolution of 1152 by 640, then upscaled to 720p. Whereas the Xbox 360 is full 720p along with 2x multi-sampling anti-aliasing. The frame rate on the PS3 and even on the 360 are greatly improved when compared to Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm sure the massive cityscapes of GTA 4 were hard to render versus the desert present in Red Dead. The PS3's FPS mostly sticks around 25 to 30, rarely dropping below that. The Xbox 360 does run faster, hardly breaking the 38 frames per second mark, but it does drop from time to time. Red Dead Redemption is also now fully backwards compatible for the Xbox One, upgrading the game to 1080p resolution with higher frame rates. On top of that, if you play on the Xbox One X, you get full 4K support, which looks amazing. There were a number of additional content available for Red Dead Redemption. The first were DLCs. They are listed as follows: Outlaws in the End, the Legend and Killers pack. Now I really like this pack because it added 8 multiplayer characters from the first game, Red Dead Revolver.
For fans of 2004's Red Dead Revolver, the characters are making a cameo appearance in the multiplayer of Red Dead Redemption. Play as Red Harlow, Annie Stokes, Jack Swift, Buffalo Soldier, Shadow Wolf, Pig Josh, Ugly Chris, or Mr. Kelly.
Then you got the Liars and Cheats pack and the Hunting and Trading pack. After these were all released, you got the Undead Nightmare, which was released on October 26, 2010. This added a whole new single-player campaign with ghost towns and cemeteries full of zombies. You had to stop an outbreak and figure out how to save the towns.
What is going on?
And I'll be honest with you, sir, I haven't got a fucking clue.
The best version of the game is the Game of the Year edition. It includes everything above. Here's a great comparison scene. If you look to the right, you can see that the Xbox 360 has more shrubbery on the ground than the PS3. Also, the 360 is a lot more sharper. It's not a huge difference, but still fun to see. Let's take a look at the old lady. So much clearer on the Xbox. Same with John. This is of course only noticeable because of the side-by-side. When I played them separately, I didn't notice any difference at all. On this shot, it's true the 360 is sharper, but the PS3 has some better lighting effects. If we look at the belts, we can see some nice lighting reflection. Stepping into some gameplay, the sky looks better on the Xbox, but it could be a randomly generated sky. Looking at the 360, the paper on the wall is a lot sharper, and well, the 360 is all sharper, and it seems to be a common theme here, so I probably won't mention it again. However, the reason of this screenshot is the wooden wheel up above. The PS3's wheel has better texture and dust on it, whereas the 360 doesn't have much texture or dust. We know the PS3 is more blurry and therefore is supposed to show less aliasing, but here it does seem to have a lot more jagginess everywhere. I absolutely love my PlayStation 3. It's my favorite console I own, but the Rage engine just doesn't utilize the PS3 properly. The sky on the 360 is better, and I went through the game and it always looks better. It seems to always have more fluffy textures in the clouds. Now we will bring in the Xbox One X version, but first I just wanted to say that I really hated this part. Alright, moving on. Starting with the PlayStation 3, we can see a nice shot. It looks great. Then the Xbox 360 comes, and it looks better. The 360 has more shrubbery, better sky, and a lot more sharpness. Then the Xbox One X. First thing I noticed was the oversaturation in color, but to me, this is a good thing. I'm a fan of bold colors.
But wait! There's more!
Look at this jug, it was added in on the One X, and all the aliasing is greatly improved also on the Xbox One X. The One X is in full 4K and looks pretty great. However, I will say there is less detail and it seems they use some sort of smoothing effect. The fine detail seems to be lacking on the Xbox One X, but all the aliasing is removed, so you'd have to choose no jagged edges anywhere with less fine detail, or the 360/PS3 with lots of aliasing and some awesome fine detail. For me, I play it on the Xbox One X, but let's be real here. I have no problem playing this amazing game on any version. The PS3 may be the worst one, but that doesn't make it a bad port. All of them are great copies. With all that being said, I'm Jurassic Ninja, and that was my side-by-side of Red Dead Redemption. Please leave me a comment telling me your thoughts, subscribe, ding the bell, and be sure to watch more awesome side-by-sides from Rookervision. Take it easy.